Okay, by the way, all good things have not only a sequel, but sometimes they come in a trilogy, right? So Don't Shave December's over, but now what is it? January, January. I grew a beard for 2 months for this joke. No one laughed. January, January. I'm gonna shave. Don't bum me out. All right. Well, anyways, did everyone write the objective? You see, you have a quiz next Wednesday. If you wrote on Monday or Tuesday, that's not right, right? Because it's not Monday or Tuesday. Today's Wednesday. You know, make sure you write no school from Monday to. Make sure you actually read this stuff. You know, like for example, the score from the Dallas Cowboys game where the Cowboys won. Who watched that game? All right. Who thought the Cowboys should have lost? Who thought they got lucky and the refs? It was all fixed. Yeah. Too bad there was like 2 or 3 controversial calls against the Cowboys. It goes both ways. And Des caught it. Remember that? I got no sympathy for ref whining. All right, Cowboys win. L for Lions. Big L. Okay, well, anyways, proportions. Have y'all seen this stuff before? Like, hopefully in middle school, maybe Algebra 1, where a fraction equals a fraction. How do you solve this? Dividing is part of it after you cross, multiply, and divide. Have y'all heard that before? Or maybe you've heard of the butterfly method, or maybe there's another name for it. Yeah. Right? All right, let's do it. Cross, multiply. So I'm going to circle in a diagonal way, x and 6, okay? So when I do this, I'm going to multiply, right? What is x times 6? Kinda. So close. So very, very, very close. 6x. Thank you so much. You said 6. Oh, okay. Maybe I didn't hear it. Anyways, x times 6. You put them together. Variable and a number, but the number goes first, right? X times 6 is 6x. Okay, you got to know that. You got to put the equal sign, right? There's an equal sign there at the beginning. You got to keep it there. And then 21 and 22, again, cross multiply. Now, you should have a yellow calculator on your desk, right? Yeah, you in the front. So make sure you grab a calculator on the way in every day, right? Over here, and everybody over here. Okay, so, and over there, and pretty much everyone in this class, you need to grab a yellow calculator on the way in, right? Kind of standard practice, right? And no being on the phone over here. So, what is 21 times 22? 462, okay. Now, our first steps are done. We cross multiplied, and then our second step, our last step, how do I get rid of this number in front of x? Okay, we divide. Why am I dividing? Because 6 and x are multiplying when they're just next to each other, and the opposite of multiplying is to divide. So, divide by 6, divide by 6. What is 462 divided by 6? You should get 77 as your final answer. Luka Doncic. Okay, so number 1 is 77. Now, that is like the easier, maybe more middle school, basic level type of problem, okay? And by the way, the reason why we're doing these things that are called what again from our objective? Proportions. Okay? When a fraction equals a fraction, that's a proportion. Hey, you, look over here. Is because we're about to do similar triangles. And when we do similar triangles, guess what we're going to be having to do in similar triangles? Proportions. So you got to know how to do this. That's why we're reviewing this for day 1. Hopefully an easy day 1 for the semester. Okay. Now, number 2, this is where it's a little more complicated, but you can still do it. I promise, okay? So same steps. We're going to cross multiply. So I'm going to do x plus 1 times 3, okay? When we cross multiply x plus 1 and 3, this is how you write it, okay? Because x plus 1 is an expression. It's 2 terms, right? So here's how you write it. Write that 3, and then you're going to put parentheses x plus 1. okay? The 3 is going to multiply to both x and plus 1. Both, okay? Phone away. Now, don't forget your equal sign, and then you cross multiply over here. The 2 and the 12 minus 2x are going to multiply. Again, write it next to each other with the parentheses around the expression. Here's what I mean. The 2 can go here, and then parentheses 12 minus 2x goes next to it, okay? And by the way, if you're new to this class, okay, I do record my lessons and I post them on Google Classroom. So if you ever miss a day, you can always check it out, okay? Everyone else knows this, but I try to keep every single possible thing on Google Classroom, right? It's still some people struggle at the very end. Barely get by. It's crazy. All right, well, anyways, now we're gonna do what with this number in front of the parentheses? We are multiplying, but what's the name for that fancy thing where you multiply into the parentheses? Distribution, or distributing, right? So distribute that 3. I like to show it with little arcs, right? If you got a phone in your hand, stay with me. 3 times x, 3 times 1. So 3 times x is what? 3x. What's 3 times 1? 3. So plus 3. Okay, so you see how you're just making sure you multiply to both. Now 2 times 12 and 2 times negative 2x. What's 2 times 12? 24 is correct. 2 times negative 2x. Negative 4x. All right. Now, if you were here with me last semester, which was last year, so long ago, we've done these, right? When x is on both sides, do I combine them or do I get rid of one? You get rid of the smaller x. Which x is smaller? Positive 3 or negative 4? You get rid of the plus. Okay, because negative 4x is smaller, I'm going to get rid of the smaller x. So the opposite of negative or minus 4x is plus 4x on both sides. We're always doing opposites when we're solving, yes? So the negative 4x and the positive 4x cancel out. What's 3x plus 4x? 7x. Bring down plus 3, equal sign 24. Now we have a 2-step equation, right? So now I need to solve it. What do I get rid of first, the 7 or the 3? The loner is 3. How do I get rid of a plus 3? The opposite is minus 3, minus 3. So I bring down 7x equals 24 minus 3 is 21. And just like over here, my last step to get rid of a coefficient. Long awkward silence on my recording as we wait for this. Can you just take it out? Come on, waste my time. Okay, to get rid of a coefficient, we divide, right? So to get rid of this 7 in front of x, we divide by 7 on both sides. What is 21 divided by 7? X is 3, okay? So today, that was not supposed to take that long. It is what it is. The practice, okay? This is an actual assignment. It's actually due tomorrow. If you don't finish today, only 10 questions. Some of them are easier like this, but some of them are like this, but it's not that much harder. You just got to distribute and solve. This will stay on the board. You have it written on your warm-up to use as you're doing this proportions practice.